Hello. Oh, check this out. 1 second, I'm setting up the screen capture thing so I can leak all my passwords to you. Oh, that's too small. I've got better music for this live stream. I've got a plan as well. I've got better lighting. I passed all of my exams, so I can really focus on stuff now. Also got a new neovim config. Still getting a little bit used to it. So today's plan is to first of all do the thing that I don't really want to do, which means hello random bird, which means to pick a 4-layer stack up or maybe a 6-layer stack up. Not really sure on that one. I think 6 layers is not necessary, but I think it's nice to have a run with it just to test it. And continue the USB layout. Nothing new, really. Just finish this board here. It would be nice to finish it as fast as possible because I really slowed down recently. So that's the main topics for today. Next, maybe we can do some C if we're in the mood. Here's how it looks like. It's a tutorial to make a terminal text editor. Maybe some people are interested. Also, there's my beautiful Vim config here. So, yes. Also, I have a really interesting MIT chemistry course that I like to watch sometimes. I even take notes. That's insane, I know. And also I'd like to answer the question. Because last live stream we were looking at stack up options on PCBWay. And most of them have a residual copper ratio rating right here. And I didn't really know what that meant. And most of you also probably didn't know what that meant. So I did some quick research and it turns out it's the amount of copper you need to have on the inner layers of a PCB in order for it to not go out of tolerance for thickness. Here's what I've written down. Residual copper ratio is how much copper needs to be left on that layer to maintain the specified thickness after all traces have been etched. If you have a lot of bare area and the thickness won't be maintained. Oh my god. You should fill those areas with a ground plane hatch or other pattern. Okay. Explainer. We have a link also. I also learned that in Vim you can open links by pressing GX, which probably stands for Go External or something like that. So here's an entire article about it. You can read it if you want. I already read it and forgot it, so like, just kidding. All right. All right. Let's go with a 4-layer maybe, because I never did a 4-layer PCB. Also, quick side note. I thought to myself, isn't it stupid to use this, you know, kind of expensive-ish waterproof USB-C socket for a board that is just going to be a test and just an initial sort of thing. But I could do testing on this board alone. For example, I could somehow stress the connector, I don't know, just bend it, or I don't know, pour water on it and see if it, what happens to it. But I'd have to have a chassis for that, of course. I don't know, I didn't think it through because it's also quite dangerous because you could just damage the CM5 here. So yeah. I didn't also think through how the CM5 is going to be powered in this board. That's something to consider. I guess we can just power it from the V-bus, but it's kind of dangerous. We're essentially trusting the power supply. Assuming I will use a lab power supply, I think it's fine. Honestly. So yeah, and the main test for this board will be to check if we have the 5 gigabits per second transfer speed. And if everything works. All right. How far on the Spirit phone development, by the way? Don't we have a... Yeah, we have a loading bar here, which is my progress basically on this single board. I need to make like a couple of these. So I don't know. Also, that's a very tough question to answer. I totally don't know how far I am with the project. I think we should go with the same thickness we want on the motherboard. And I'm going to quickly check that. I'm also going to close this and open another kicad. I remapped my enter key to caps lock. So now I have 2 enter keys, one on the right, one on the left, because my right pinky is just dying. I just want to see the thickness here. 1.5, more or less. Okay, I see the closest one is 1.6. So we're going to go with this. Oh no, there's 1.2. No, I think 1.6 is better. Also, the choice is absolutely massive. There's so much choice here. Not like I'm sponsored by them or anything. Right. There's 0.4 millimeter boards. Okay, I don't think it even matters. We can pick whatever. The cores, I'm trying to see if the materials are different from each other. Right, let's go with this one. The other thing we could take into account is layer thickness for the power lines. So maybe let's go with a 2OZ 2 ounces or something, 2 ounces and 1.6. Okay, this is my preferred one for now because it has the most copper. I don't know. Let's go with this one. I'm gonna save it and rename it to something useful. Mm. 1.6 millimeters. I'm getting some nice bots on Twitch, very nice. Thank you. Okay, now I just need to copy this. Is there a way to edit this directly in a file that kicad just reads? Okay, I guess board thickness is a little bit different, but I remember like there is somehow a difference here. Always there's a difference. From previous boards, there was also a difference. I don't know why. Maybe because after lamination is different. Yeah. Doesn't matter, I think. All right, we can add some colors. Nah. No. That would be a waste of time. Okay. I kind of forgot where I put this project. Did I put it in? It's a separate. It's a separate repository. USB test. What did I change here? I don't even remember that. Oh, it was the okay. It was so terrible. I remember it was a bug with some sort of problems with the pads. Whatever. Not interesting. I'm just gonna make it as one comment, which is bad practice. Add 4 layer stack up from PCB way. And I could add the PDF I just downloaded. I think it would be nice just for reference and maybe send it to the manufacturer or something. Are you thinking of potentially adding an internal facing micro SD card slot for CMs that do not have built-in storage? You mean the light version of this compute module, right? I think it comes with no storage. I don't think there is space for that right now. Maybe we can squish it somehow, but it's not a priority for the prototype, you know. The prototype is just a prototype. Maybe in the future there's space to put it inside it. I don't know. We'll see. I know it's disappointing that I didn't just say yes, because obviously it would be nice to have it, but I prefer to be honest. I take this and I have a really stupid video of me just shouting random stuff into my microphone to test if I can get louder than the TTS. And I can almost be louder. That's incredible. Here. I'm gonna rename it once again to board stack up. And I know this is the 1.6 is not friendly for Windows users, so I'm just gonna do this. What is the problem? You know what? I don't care. Let's just leave it as is. All right. That was quick, no problems at all. Almost. We can put a check mark here. Nice. Now we just do the layout until I'm dead. Work-life balance. Where did I put it? Here. I need to send it to desktop. All right, this is chaotic. Okay. Silly suggestion that you will probably not be able to fit, but hear me out. 2 USB-C ports, so you can, for instance, charge the phone and use a keyboard at the same time. Isn't it easier to use a USB hub than to have 2 USB ports? I think the USB schematic is complicated enough because I cannot imagine how to solve having 2 USB ports that are both functional. For sure they cannot work at the same time because the CM5 only has, I think, one USB 2 data lane and only one set of USB 3 lanes. So you would have to like implement a internal USB hub or something. I don't think it's worth it because it would be extremely complicated, extremely expensive. I mean, it's a fun challenge, you know, but this project is already a challenge. If you want though, I think it would be a funny add-on to have a like something you can connect to have a secondary USB port or something. I don't know. No idea. I'm not an expert in USB. Okay, I need to remind myself, what did I do here? This is the port. And first come the chokes and the filters and the TVS stuff. So this is a 25-volt Zener diode to prevent the V-bus from dying. I don't know what's the point of having 2 of them, but just whatever. And if I remember correctly, this board up until now has 0 warnings. And of course 0 errors. Isn't that insane? I would like to keep it that way because it's extremely satisfying to me. Okay. Let's check out if the layers are here. Yeah, we have 4 copper layers. Very nice. I forgot the shortcut to switch between them. Anyone remembers the shortcut to jump layers? I know I can do F to go front and back. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to check because there's going to be a lot of micro vias here, and probably a lot of them are going to be in the pad. Something like, wait a second. Huh. Yeah, I need to make them smaller. Hello, Grachunia. I know how to change a via if I already placed it, but that's not what I want. Let's say I do this. No, I can change it here. So let's say I do this. Hello, Mr. Happy Nub. Grachunia, are you planning a meeting with me in a public chat? Is that a good idea? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. There's going to be a lot of vias in the... Thank you, UI. I hate UIs. There's going to be a lot of vias in the fucking pads, okay? That's what I wanted to say, whatever. And now I wanted to check... I think it's 0.15 millimeters. Because that's the smallest drill, I guess. All right, quick sidetrack, gentlemen. I wanted to show you one of the logos no one ever saw because I never published it. Okay. This one. I think it's a good logo. I think it's a good logo. That's a funny program. I think it's called Magic or something. The file previewer here, it's super weird. Just giving ideas, but could you have some kind of like area with a few GPIO pins, VCC and a ground, so user could add accessories, electronics like LEDs, and allow the user to program these GPIO pins? Yes. This is what we plan to do with any extra GPIO that we have. Also, we want to have an add-on ecosystem. So essentially something like PinePhone has. I'm always so lazy that I don't want to explain it. So I'm just gonna show it to you. Sorry, I bumped the mic. Basically, PinePhone has like these little pogo pins here, and you can attach shit to it. For example, a keyboard, right? We want to have something similar, but I think less pins. What about you making a productivity device like Notes? I think one device at a time is a good strategy, you know? One at a time, but I hear you. I also want to do 1 million things every day, but I kind of have to force myself to focus on one thing. Okay, Shift Control X. Shift Control X. What if I do Control Shift X? Oh, it also works. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the problem of resizing the default via. And yeah. The project is awesome. Happy to see it going still. Thank you. Thank you. I think I want to see USB-C. Okay, whatever. No. I think first we should route the most complicated pins, which are the signal lines. The TX and RX lines. And they will be going on the outer layer. I mean, the layer that's called front. The red layer. Could you also use these pins maybe to allow the addition for like a real big battery on the back for those users who like absurdly big batteries? Good question, I don't know. What smartphone are you guys using? Check this out. I also use it as a wrist stand, so like my wrist has something to lay on when I'm using the mouse. Dual function. Violates Unix philosophy. major problems. Why would you want these grids in your background? That makes it so unreadable. I cannot see shit on this image. Four-layer PCV. Yeah. Okay, this is a good picture. And they have no vias in the thing, in the pads. I think that's better because it's safer for the soldering process. I imagine it can solder badly if there's a massive hole in the pad, you know. We're also going to use a calculator to find the impedance that we need. I mean the length, you know what I mean. All right. They have to go through these and then into these. VIA and pad is supported by PCB. I believe with GLC PCB it costs extra to have it because it makes it more difficult to manufacture. Alright, so it's better to avoid it if we can. I think we can. We'll see. Okay. Let's start from the top. The first one is going to be this pair. RX1 Plus. Maybe it makes sense to have it a little bit further. I know, I'm probably going to have to redo it 20 times, so let's not stress too much. I remember I marked the output as F, where F stays for filtered, because this is a filter and TVS device. 2-in-1 Unix philosophy violator. Alright. And we want the RX one. Huh? Why? Okay. Okay, that looks bad because there's RX1 here. What? I made a mistake for sure. No, it looks good here. It looks fine. My problem is that when we feed, let's say we feed RX1 here. I need to make the trace smaller. What's the smallest trace? Minimum trace is 0.1. Let's go with 0.2. Let's try. Can I use it? Uh-huh. Oh my god, the setting is here. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay, let's say I route RX1 plus. The output, according to my logic, should be RX1 plus F, not RX2 plus F. In fact, there is no RX. Wait a minute. Something's wrong. Okay, the problem is at pin 6 and 7. It's only here. Okay. this is bad. Here's the problem. I'm gonna blame you guys, because I made this entire board on stream, so that's also your fault. The problem is I shouldn't have. I just need to switch these two. It's an easy fix. Easy. Also, I made an alert that when someone subscribes, there's a video of me hammering a piece of metal because I find that funny for some reason. Feel free to try it out, gentlemen. All right. Let's update, and now it's going to be smooth sailing. Now it's easy stuff. Almost. This didn't update for some reason. Should I remove it? Oh, it removed itself. Yes? No. I also need to refresh the mux, I think, which is U7. Help me. Okay, the designator changed? What? What? Is it fine now? No. Okay, now I'm really confused. I am confused now. It's even worse now, because the left side is 1 and the right side is 2. Here everything is fine. Anyone knows what's going on? Like, I'm really confused right now. Let's trace everything that starts at pin RX1. Let's just do that. Okay, we're going into the socket RX1. Then RX1 is going into the filter and comes out as RX1 plus. Okay. I mean RX1 plus filtered. Nice. Next, we go to the mux, to RX1P. And we wait. I don't know. Look. It says RX1 here on the pad, and here it's clearly RX2. What the fuck? What is going on? Could it be because of this? Oh no. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete these two. No. Yeah, I did update the board like a couple times. It's the weirdest thing ever. No. It's impossible, man. I'm really stuck right now. How did I make a sheet there? Whatever. The stream crashed for a second. I ran out of RAM for a second, I think. Yeah, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Nope, not this one. Maybe it magically fixed itself. Maybe. The music stopped. Very nice. 1 second. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. I have no idea. What should I do now? Hello, Mr. Lost Packet. What window manager am I using? I am using BSPWM. It's the window manager you use when you don't want anyone to borrow your phone, basically, laptop. I usually just leave my laptop everywhere and when people see the operating system, they're like, "Ugh." It's better than a password. Anyways, I have a brilliant, desperate idea. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do... I'm gonna... What is PRL? Is it a layers file? Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna commit this. All right. And now it should be accessible for everyone under the Spirit repository. So you guys can take this link and try to find the problem with me. Yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna repeat the problem. The problem is this schematic appears to be correct. I quintuple checked it and I think it's fine. The problem is with U5. You get a TX2 and you output a TX2F. You know, simple stuff. Very simple stuff. But now check this out. I go to the PCB, which is updated. Check this out. I'm gonna update it. Maybe I should turn this option on. I don't know, it wouldn't change anything, I presume. So it's updated, you see, no changes. And check this out, if I go to the U5, instead of having TX2 on pin 1, I get TX1 on pin 1. Why? Oh no, I don't want vocals. Skip. Why is that happening? I am going insane right now. You see, U1 is working fine. I had this issue, I just had to keep updating, check for net issues and delete and re-add the part. Yeah, I already tried that. I can do it again. I removed both of them. Now check this out. Update. Infos. Close. Now the bottom one is U5 and it still doesn't fucking work. Should I just place the symbol once again? I don't see any other option. I'm just gonna fucking do the thing again. It is a bug as my kicad always adds 13 volts to ground. Okay. What you're describing Sounds like a very specific bug. All right, it's a 2-pair choke here. Here we go. Just gonna do the same thing again like a stupid person. And these two should be grounds. All right. Let's see if something changed. Update. We got a new symbol. And it still doesn't work. It mixes up the nets on parts that debug, but it's different on each project due to cached stuff. How am I supposed to live, laugh, love in these conditions? This is insane. How do I deal with that? Do I get kicad 10 and get kicad 10 and do it in kicad 10? Is that the solution? But it's like, why is it? I don't fucking know. All right, delete everything and restart. Alrighty. U5, U1. I tried to open the file and my entire system crashed. Because it was a virus. Just kidding. Only the problem parts. Yeah, of course. Of course. But I don't want to redo this. Okay, I need to take a screenshot. I'm gonna paste the screenshot here. So this is a screenshot, guys, so you don't get confused. Shit. I'm a really good engineer, trust me. I study in really good university, yeah. Whatever, fuck. I'll delete this. Bye-bye. But I'm gonna have to place all of these shits. You know what? I'm gonna only delete the symbol. Kicad-induced psychosis is very real. Yes, we need to raise awareness, gentlemen. We need to raise awareness for this strong and dramatic issue. Maybe wrong KiCad version. I did open it in KiCad 10. Yeah, I have KiCad 9. So if this isn't going to work, I think I'm gonna do KiCad 10. Maybe. It should auto upgrade. Yes, that's also true. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's see if there's any KiCad processes running. Nuh-uh. Just also to be sure, absolutely killed it. Now we try again. Let's try again, that's exciting. All right, let's go. TVS 1 2 Update PCB. Fuck! What is grippy sock vacation time? What does that mean? I'm scared to Google it because it sounds weird. Just changed. What the fuck? Can you guys clearly see the fucking problem here? TX1. Pin 1, pin 1. TX1, TX2. What the fuck? What the fuck? Pad number 1. Everything is good. The issue is it will unbreak itself, so don't change the footprint. What? Try a pin header to rule out the symbol and use the footprint? What is a pin header? You mean like the pins you use to plug in wires? You mean use a different footprint? I don't get it. Do you have TX1 and TX2 connected somewhere else? I also thought it might be the case. Oh. 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 It wouldn't make sense to me for that to cause the issue, but just let's try for science, I guess. Like just a connector, it is a default symbol and wouldn't be an issue and the footprint will match up. So basically use another symbol, that's what you're saying. I get it. Okay. I disconnected these. Let's try again. F8. It works. Nice. But I have to do something with this. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I guess these should have the F because that's the filtered line. 99% witchcraft. Yeah, it also doesn't make sense to me. I just don't know why that happened. Oh, okay, because they were shorted. They shouldn't be shorted, should they? Man, I hate USB. I hate USB-C. Why can't we have micro USB, guys? Maybe this was a mistake. I don't think it should. Let's see the multiplexer output. Receive 2 and what? Receive and transfer. Okay, so I guess I'm taking these and I'm pulling. Let's move this away. Receive negative. This seems correct, huh? Hey bro, how are you doing? Great. I'm doing great. What's the point of USB? It's anything but universal. I hate the fact that all USB-C stuffs look the same. Like, it violates the Unix philosophy. I don't like that. I don't like that because I don't like that. That's my opinion. This should be fine. Your project has the same error? You mean you shorted 2 labels? Oh my god, that was intense. And I feel like shit right now. But I guess we learned something. We learned that you should never short labels. Or something. I don't need this. All right. How about we change the symbol reference to something useful, like TVS1 and TVS2. And this TVS3. And this, I don't know, TUS or something. I mean, I could just call it IC1. It's called a configuration channel logic and port control. Nah, I'm just gonna call it Really doesn't matter. I'm wasting time. Okay, whatever. But this should be mux. Alrighty. Let's update the board. I am having a PoE++ induced design kicad breakdown. I think, hear me out, I think all signals above, let's say, 1 megahertz should be banned. What do you think? Okay, the filters need to be as close as possible. So I'm gonna just mimic that like a monkey. Yeah, who likes Wi-Fi? Just plug in a cable to your stuff. I really like the fact that these cannot connect because they would cross. So how do I do it in a smart way? Smart. Because I really don't like doing that with a high-speed signal. That just is not nice. What would you guys do in my situation? Because these lines should be equal length. I could mess with the symbol, I don't know. Maybe that's not good. Gemini? I never used Google Gemini. Have fun with EMC testing. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, what if rotation. Hell yeah, do you think Gemini would have invented that? Oh. Whatever, I made a mistake. Uh-huh. I don't know what to do. In the UK, we don't have to use designated standards, so luckily no 10K PDF doc on how to do USB. Couldn't you just flip out one and out two, or am I wrong? You mean to change the symbol here, right? One out one and one out two. Pin 4 and 5. I don't want to risk it. I don't know. Maybe it would work. TX in 2 and RX in 1. I don't know. You mean something like that, right? What? TX in 2, yeah. No, I don't know if that's fine or not. I have no idea. Maybe it's fine because they don't specify, like, I don't fucking know. That's why we're making a test PCB. I'm just here for the memes. An example layout may be there for the part. Yes, but I recall it being not very helpful. Let me check. No, there's no example layout. There's the mechanical section. And there's the black magic section. And only this. I think it's fine. I think it's fine because they don't specify which signals. And I think it's not only for USB, it's also for other stuff, as we can see here. So that was a good idea, I think. Thank you. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out and see if it works. And if not, I'm going to find you. All right. Do I have to delete the thing now? I don't think so. You designed a PCB in AutoCAD? Ouch. That sounds very bad. would be nope. Okay, apparently that wasn't a good move because it just doesn't change anything. I guess that's how geometry works or something. Huh. What if hell yeah. Now we're talking. Don't be sorry. I think ideas should be. I enjoy your ideas. Wait a second. I'm really confused, man. I'm really confused. Okay, now it's bad. If I rotate it, it's still wrong. Let me go back. Okay, let me try. This is really complicated. I didn't think it would be this hard. I thought it would take like 15 minutes. I'm gonna undo this. Okay, I don't want vocals in my music. Fuck off. Thank you. Where's the second tomato? Good question. All right, so the solution was to actually flip the USB connector, right? No, it was not. Oh. What if I do this? Oops. Okay, there's no way to make this work. I checked all of the combinations. There's no way to make this work, guys. I'm not very good with geometry, okay? I admit it. I admit it. Everything, I tried all combinations. All combinations are wrong, so I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I guess I have to do a shitty VIA design. Hi, I love the project. Thank you very much for it. Sorry for the poor English. I think your English is fine. Thank you very much. You reminded me I have to take 90 hours of English classes to finish my engineering degree, which is just annoying as fuck, man. I mean, I can choose other languages than English. I don't want to. I don't want anything. I just want to live. Okay, new combination unlocked. Flip this. No. Don't flip this, flip this. X1 or X. Ooh. Rotate. Huh. Check this out. Easy. Was the easiest PCB routing of my life. Oh, except I need to use the VS. But it's going to be symmetrical. What if you put it on a different side of the board? I actually did that. We got the same idea. Incredible. What are we actually working on? I just clicked the thumbnail and have no idea what we're working on. But it's the first stream since ages I enjoy. All right, I'm happy you enjoy the stream. That's nice. We're doing a PCB. We have, if you look upwards, you see a progress bar. We're making a USB-C test circuit for Spirit smartphone, open source smartphone project, the best smartphone on the planet project. See link in the description. Join join Discord project. Thank you. I just got so confused by a datasheet microchip, replied to B and said B. What is the grammar of this sentence? I don't understand, sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna just do this. 03015. Hello? Can I have my... Not relevant, but why not going multi-layer? Actually, it's 4 layers. What did I do now? Okay, I see I'm gonna have problems with the VS. I just can smell that. I can really smell them. It's almost going well. Can you just go on the grid, you asshole? Okay. Because I want it to be as symmetrical as possible, because high-speed signals, black magic stuff, reason. Do I have to set this manually? Are we in the Middle Ages? What the fuck? Wouldn't it be best if you put the VIA directly on the pad? It would be the most symmetric. Yes, it would be very nice, but also it is a little bit harder to manufacture because it's harder to solder something to the pad if there's a hole in it. So I'd like to avoid that, but also I'd like to understand how these vias even work. Why am I not allowed to do this? What is this? Isn't PCBWay sponsoring though, so they can pay? Yeah, but I'm not gonna make the design harder for them on purpose, right? That would be kind of weird. And also, what if someone else wants to manufacture this? Nice. I just love how everything is not going good. This is smaller than 0.5? What? Isn't that like, it's the minimum they can manufacture? I don't like that. I'm gonna try 0.13 just out of fuck around and find out Tari. Nope. Okay. I guess we have to go with the minimum. And also here. Okay. Good enough, I think. Am I the only one that misuses PCBs as mechanical parts? I will share an example in the Discord later. I don't think so. I think PCBs are often used as mechanical parts, especially when they're thick, they are really strong. It's basically laminated fiberglass with copper, so it's a strong material. If you have a 2mm PCB, it's really hard to bend it. If it's small, if it's big, you can bend it because there's the physics and stuff, whatever. Now I'd like a finer grid, and I'd like this to be like that. All right, got him. TX2. Okay, now I really have to be creative. I think I think I should swap the RX with the TX. What do you guys think? That would be more elegant because check this out. Because these lines would go here and these lines would go like that. Except wrong polarity. No, you know what? No, too complicated. I think this is premature optimization, something. I told you to swap them. Well, I don't know what's the good call here. I have no idea. I think I'm just gonna do a via. And okay, I think that's acceptable. Because oh yeah, that's very acceptable because they're on different sides of the PCB. So it's fine. All right, I'm gonna go insane. I need to. How do I change the default via size? Huh? I don't have any sanity left. Says you. Do you have any sanity left? What is this line? I'm gonna go insane. What is this? Who put that here? Drawing. I don't give a shit about drawing. Alrighty. Change alt via size. Kicad. Board edge for the connector. Yeah, I also thought about this. Defaults. Oh, here it is. 0.3 and 0.15. Double check just to make sure. All right. By the way, 3.2 millimeter boards. Imagine how thick that would be. That would be a mechanical component. You could, I think you could use this as a chassis support or something. Okay, so now if I do V, it should place a small via. Yes. Success. But I haven't solved the problem of them not automatically accepting a net here, because that's wasting my time a lot. I don't like that, but maybe it works. Huh. Can you do like sharp angles with vias like that? Is that fine? It should be fine. I don't know. Why can't they not make a standard pinout and make it easy? You mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? I just forgot. I remembered one thing. Pine and Librum. Librum. I'm gonna check the Librum phone schematics. Find Librum. Got him. It's just in my downloads folder. But it's just the schematics. I want the layout. Okay. open. It was called L5. USB-C board, Hell yeah. Is it like corrupted or something? Because I'm on the down layer, on the bottom layer, and I don't see any traces there. It ends on bottom, so what the fuck? Rub the board all over you to test if the ESD protection works. Sure. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now it showed up. What is going on? Guys, like, is this user error? Was that me? I don't think so. I was just trying to get the bottom layer to show up for 15 minutes and now it shows up. What is going on? Why is there a line here? It's flooded with ground. You don't have to do this line. Was that me? No. They did this. This was manufactured. It's being sold. So it should be very good. Yeah, they're probably corrupted or something. I don't know. The layer names, I mean. Okay, I have no idea, man. Okay, these lines really go far. Far away from the connector, I mean. What is this? Is this some... Why is there like a massive ground trace here? Is this for some signal integrity or something? Why is this a thing? This, what is that? Can I speak to the manager of Librem phone, please? What is that? Okay, this is understandable. This is an antenna thingy, probably. Okay, check this out. I want to know, where does this go? Right, there are 6 layers, so I'm going to go one by one and you guys are going to see it fucking goes nowhere. Or I'm insane. Layer 1 doesn't go anywhere. Layer 2 doesn't go anywhere. Layer 3 doesn't go anywhere. Layer 4 doesn't go anywhere. I don't even see layer... Oh, okay, I see these floods here. Where were we? Oh, here. Now layer 5. Nope, doesn't go anywhere. Layer 5 is here, for example, but it doesn't go anywhere. Layer 6. It doesn't go anywhere. I think the schematic is corrupted. I think maybe, perhaps, just maybe, I don't want to throw any accusations, but is Librem open source? No idea. No idea. I just wanted to complain that these schematics are totally... I don't get it. Like, I'm not an expert in PCB stuff, but like, I don't know what's going on. Absolutely no idea of what's going on here. I don't know. Guess I have to stick to my own stuff. But one thing I learned is that it's fine to let the USB lines go kind of far. I mean, relatively far. It's like approximately 1 centimeter, and then there's a cable going to another PCB. So yeah, Is the method low-key to claim you made an open source phone, but the files you upload are broken on purpose so that only you can make the phone and anyone that tries to fail? That's what I was trying to say essentially, but I didn't find a claim that it's open source. So I don't know. Let's continue playing with our really cool stuff here. I just forgot, maybe I should maybe there's a tool for that, I think. I forgot where it was. Tools? Sierra circuits. Saving my ass today. Okay. It's in route. Root differential pair. All right, but can we change the size? Can we please? How long do I plan to stream for? I don't know. As long as I'm productive. It's funny how I cannot change the size of this. Maybe here? No, this is the grid. Yeah, that's annoying. Huh. What the fuck? This is so bad. It doesn't even work. Hello? Hello? Okay, this is really bad. I think I can do a better job manually. I need to go now. If you are on later, I will come back. Sorry, I forgot to spend loads on TTS. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't have to give me money. I have money. It's okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's do it by hand. And later, I think we'll have to tune these two lines to have the same length, but we can do it on the other side here. So I'm just going to arc out a little bit just to leave space for the other pins here. Move TX2 minus via a little to the right, then it will be nicer. I think they're symmetrical. TX2 minus via to the right. What would that give? Maybe, I don't know, more space. kicad. Thank you, kicad. Okay, let's go out a bit. Let's do something like this. You can route the lines better on the red side. Yeah. I don't think the signal line. Is this okay? Maybe. YouTube just randomly recommended me your stream. I'm gonna watch this while eating dinner. By the way, does your PCB have any Easter eggs? The Easter egg is that it won't work. Just kidding. No, there's no Easter eggs. I'm trying to do it as fast as possible and it's taking me ages. So there's no Easter egg. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. And let's flip this. Now, time for round 2. By the way, did you know that when you subscribe, there's a really cool video of me hitting a piece of metal with a hammer? That's a really cool Easter egg. Just tx2 minus via to the right, then you can do it in parallel. I don't see how, sorry. Because they would, like... I don't know. If I put this to the right, how would that help me? I mean, I could route the red like here. Is that what you mean? And it's not a bad idea, but I wanted to avoid maybe it's a good idea. I don't know if that's what you meant, but I think it's fine. Doesn't look that bad to me. When will the project be completed? Very good question. I don't know. Sorry. Trying my best here. Trying my best. Okay, we got this. We got this. And next, I need to flip this for sure. Okay. Okay, we have the same problem we had last time, so we need to go to the schematics and mess around with this, I think. I would like tx-1 to be on pin 4. It's not possible. Not possible. It's not possible. Whatever I do to these, I don't think it's possible. It's really hard to imagine the outcome without doing it. Right, because the problem now is the same we had last time, is that if I do this, it's kind of bad here. The signals cross, they cross. I don't know how to avoid that. Put DVS1 on the blue side. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then it's going to be super weird because one pair is going to be on one side and the other one on the other. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's try it. Easy. Can I make it more symmetrical though? Lower. Okay, nice. Weird is key. Exactly. Do we have any people on Twitch? I totally ignore Twitch chat because most of the people on Twitch are just bots. So I don't give a shit. Is that fine? And I have to do a via maneuver here, I think. Yeah, makes sense because here I had to do the same thing. I would really want for this side, the blue side, to be symmetric to the red side. Would be really nice. I'm not gonna bother, I think. These differences are, I don't know, in the order of 2 millimeters, so I don't know, maybe instead of 5 gigabits per second, you're gonna get 4.9 gigabits per second, and who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I really want straight lines and everything to look nice. And also, big assumption here, I assume that having one signal on top of the other is not a problem because I will have 2 copper layers and a core of laminated material between them. Right? There's thick stuff. So I think it should be fine. The funniest thing on the stream is seeing your brain work in real time. Thanks. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Oops. Okay, I got it. I think this looks fine. Going over the silk screen dot here or something. I don't know if that's a problem. What is that thing even? This is drawing. It's not even silk screen, so I can ignore. Alrighty. I have only ever used EasyEDA, so I don't understand why you can't just draw traces in any shape you desire. Well, these are kind of special because they are high speed signals. So I'm trying to make them symmetrical. And I'm also trying to leave space for the future stuff that I have to connect around here. Like the power, the D1, the blah, blah, blah. I think most people would agree that even if you do your best, you have to redo the design at some point because you just have to start over. It's just too messy sometimes. All right, now it's time for TVS free. I just need to take a pee. I'm gonna be right back. I just want to give you something to do where I'm not here. What can I give you? Huh. No idea. I'd give you a vote, but there's nothing to vote on. Oh shit, it doesn't fit. Nice. Nah. One second. I need to power on a second fan because my country has been experiencing some heat waves. Man, my room smells. You know that feeling when you leave your room and then you come back and you're like, ugh! It stinks. Do you hear the fan? I think you don't hear it. What's the goal for traces? Especially for high-speed signals. Is it geometry, black magic that can be easily explained, or is it like power electronics that I'm familiar with, where bigger conductor equals better? It's a super deep topic and I'm probably not very qualified to explain it. But one of the things is impedance matching. We want both lines to have the same impedance. And also there are different types of impedances, which you can read about. And we also want the differential impedance of the pair to be at 90 ohms, if I remember. And we're going to do it soon, or maybe next live stream. We need to calculate that and tune the length of the pair. So it's a rather large topic, you know, like not easy to explain. Also, as you may know from the Maxwell's equations or just physics or just antenna theory, conductors emit electromagnetic waves when alternating current passes through. So my green screen is broken. So what? So when one antenna or signal trace emits an EM wave, the other one can receive it and it can distort the signal. So that's not good. We want them to not do that. So for example, we don't want them to cross too much on the same, if they are not separated by layers of conductor planes. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not qualified to explain. But there's some really good stuff online talking about it. I'd argue it's the hardest part of this PCB. The rest is pretty much just routing it so it makes sense. Okay, so the last differential signals that come out directly from the connector here is DVS, free D and D minus, D plus and D minus signals. So yeah, let's do them. These should be shorted, I believe. Not sure though. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, even the rat's nest is showing it. Let's try a curved rat's nest. Isn't that insane? That looks super weird. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Um, just want to see some pictures, maybe. Oh, we don't have space to do that. Oh, whatever. Never mind. This seems like micro USB, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, here you go. Open in new tab. The D plus and D minus should be shorted here. Nice. But I don't have the luxury of this massive corridor here. And my connector, it's all tied together. And I don't want to have one trace on top of the other because I just cannot see it in the software, so I want to do something else. Okay, maybe that's fine. I don't know. How's your dinner, guys? Is it tasty? Okay, is that okay? I'm taking opinions on this because I'm really not an expert, okay? Is that fine? Also, does anyone know how can I change the thickness of the differential pair? Because I'd really like to use this tool, but I can't. Maybe board setup. Ooh. What if I try now? Nope. I have no idea how to make this thinner. Oh no, it goes the other... Okay, I can just... Alright. Guess I did all of the differential stuff. Why is this yellow? Copper. Okay, it's yellow because it's not F-paste. What is F-paste? I don't fucking know. Anyone knows what's F-paste in like PCB design? EV blog. Bob's your uncle, guys. Oh my god, solder paste. Front solder paste, okay. I think we want solder paste. I'm also gonna edit the library a symbol here, I mean footprint. Sometimes I don't speak into the mic, just scream at me if I don't. Okay. I think this is a good moment to take a snapshot, just save the current progress. Oh. TVS chokes connected. Apart from ground, but it's fine. All right. Nice. At some point we have to decide. We need a power plane. One of these two layers is going to be a power plane and a ground plane. Oh. Or maybe two ground planes. Ah, haha, haha. I think two ground planes and one of them is just going to act as a ground / power plane. Because I want to have basically, let's say I have differential pairs that go together on a layer. I want below them, I want there to be like a copper pore that is ground. And I want a shit ton of vias going all around them for good signal integrity. And yeah, around all of this we can just have a, you know, all of the power stuff. How do you like my drawing? I think it's very good actually. I think it's a cool drawing. I'm gonna save it because it looks cool. Can I? Oh, it's a shame you cannot post photos in chat in live streams, right? All right. And I think the planes are best. It's best to do them in the end, but what I essentially want to do is to make something like this, where I just draw a shape, close, and let's say it's somewhere here, and I press B, and this should be I don't remember how you do that, but you get the idea. And everything inside is the same net, sort of. I don't know. Okay. Copper fills. Kicad. Yeah, that's what I was missing. Shift Z. Okay, let's say I want a power plane. I just do this, pick my layer. I mean ground plane. Did I say ground plane? And I just draw the shape I want. And boom. If, for example, I have something else that is not ground, for example, power, and I route it here, finish, the software automatically removes the copper from the area where I have something else. So that was a quick demo. I hope you enjoyed it. This space is too large, I think. All right, should I continue doing this, or do we want to move on to maybe do some programming in C? All right, let's have a vote. Start a poll. You have compiled a binary of mtcad. That's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. Continue PCB. Okay, you guys can vote. At least you guys on YouTube. You guys on Twitch don't have voting rights, apparently. MIT chemistry lecture. This is really good. I really like that. They start from their basics, and then they go on to teach some more advanced chemistry. I'm on the hydrogen atom energy levels lecture. I think it's really cool that you can just watch lectures from MIT, because my university's lectures are kind of not on the same level, you know. Yeah, we also have Mr. Hyperspace Pirate doing some extreme cooling with plastic. It's just really cool. Oh yeah, he x-rayed his own hand. I would be really scared to do that, because imagine you leave the x-ray vacuum tube on by mistake, and you don't know it's on because you cannot see the x-rays, and you spend, I don't know, an entire day exposed to x-ray radiation. That's kind of scary. Then you just get sick and that's the end of you. What's some other fun channels? Oh, Nothing Phone. And they're very... What? Okay, it's not what I wanted to show. Nothing Phone. Oh, that's their channel actually. I don't know. What the hell? That's a fun little thing they have here. Did you guys do the democracy? Right now it's 75% voted on continuing the PCB layout. Do we want to watch jerry rig everything? How many videos on solar panels can you make? It's insane. Let's see what DigiKey is cooking nowadays. Arduino Uno Q, Edge AI and IoT development made simple. That's like all of the trends in electronics in one sentence, right? Mainstream. They're just normies, maybe. Chat, is DigiKey normies? I don't know. Alright, apparently you guys want me to continue the PCB layout, so that's what I'm gonna do. Although, I'm gonna change the music. Okay. Now I think it's time for the mux. One second, I'm gonna turn off my fan because it's getting cold. Okay. I think this is the most efficient direction because the right side is going to receive all of the filtered signals from the TVS. Oh, but I see they all kind of... Okay. Guys, look, I actually used the rat's nest. Look, now they cross, so it's bad. I don't want my signals to cross like that. But if I do F, suddenly it's kind of okay, I think. We'll see. What is this layer? BFAB. I'd like to disable it. I don't want to see it. All right, that's much better. I don't need that. I think we all know it's a USB connector. It feels really good not to be constrained by space. Since this is just a test PCB, I can kind of do what I want a little bit here. Wow. What is this trace? Why is it 0? Oh, hello, Mr. Lost Packet. Parent footprint on board is flipped. Layers will be reversed. What? Why is this 0? All right. It's funny music. Okay, now they cross here, so that's a pain in the ass. But here it turned out perfect. Like, at some point it's just, you know, luck. It's just pure luck that it turned out this nice here. Also, I don't want to go too far with the design because maybe I'm doing a lot of mistakes that I don't really realize I'm doing. So I want to, when I finish the stream, I'm going to show this to some people I think are good at PCB stuff. Right. I don't like the look of that. Are we doing differential pair matching for this prototype or not? Yes. Of course. Oh, I forgot that. That's not my favorite layout. Segment length, routed length is 7 millimeters. And that's 2, around 2, and that's around 3, so I guess he's also counting this. I don't know. All right, there's a lot of questions. If I'm not differential pair matching, because you know what? I don't know why I'm not doing it. The question was, why am I not doing it? My epic idea was to basically tune the lines in the end here. But I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Like tune them on the last connection or something. Also, I have no idea if I should count like this entire length here. This is a single line, right? But it says routed length 5.7 because the software is considering this as a single line. Okay. Match each part separately. Okay. So basically all traces should be 90 ohms differential impedance, right? Manually doing differential matching. But I think I don't have to match. I don't have to calculate it for these short ones here. I don't know. Yeah, we have same length, more or less. Like, I tried to get the same length. For example, this is 5.6, this is 5.7. This is 8.9 and this is 8.9. So it's... so I'll be tuning by the length or the spacing between them. Use one net at a time as it doesn't know the whole project. Don't calculate, there's a tool, click both and it applies the change. Okay. I have to get food back in 5 minutes. Okay. There's a built-in auto trace? That's crazy. Oh, I think I know. Is it this? Tune length of single track. Okay, so do you expect me to tune it manually or what? I don't know. Okay, so that's my error margin here, right? Also, if you have the time at some point, could you test mtcad on your machine, as it don't want to have the it works on my machine problem? Sure, you can send it to me. And I will do the software tester thing, you know, I'm gonna just input all of the random values, like I'm gonna make a cube with length of -1. I'm gonna, I don't know, generate a plane that has an area of 0, you know. It's on GitHub in releases. Well, can you send it on Discord? That way, maybe some other people will also test it for you, apart from me, of course. Design. Oh, is length tuning? No. Have fun if you need interdifferential pair matching, example between pairs all the same length. I don't even know what it means. I'm glad I already knew that. That's a problem. It scares me when you're not scrolling, I guess, and looking confused. I'm so used to it. I just had the most Polish experience. I'm not Polish or in Poland. A child offered me vodka today. Okay. Oh, okay. If both change layers in the pair, it should both have the same change. Yeah, they basically should be as similar as possible. I get it. I think I kind of accomplished that. Maybe apart from this. I guess there's a different amount of vias here. Okay, that song is annoying. Nah, I don't want that. How do I make it so that there's 2 vias on each of these? I just noticed this doesn't do anything. I'm stupid. Okay, fixed. Oh. I should make a PCB module with all the USB stuff. That's a pain. It would be popular. I think there's already a lot of USB modules. You know. Okay, so first I need to set custom design rules. Board setup. I don't see it. Man, I don't know. 1 second, I need to check something. I'll be right back in a second. Glad to see you're still working on the open source Linux phone. Keep up the work. Thank you. What am I looking at?
In this lecture, we'll learn
Oh my god.
the basics of differential hair length tuning for high-speed printed circuit boards. Traces that carry this named something like TX, same length, 0.05 millimeter. 90 ohm, then apply a skew constraint with a maximum.
What is this? Does the man expect me to edit the kicad text file like directly?
Pairs that exceed that mismatch. Once we route the differential pair, Q completely says 100 ohm tools to help us enforce that 0.05 millimeters. This ensures 9 rules to help us enforce.
Something is eating my RAM. I have only 90%, only 10% RAM left. Oh my god, board setup, okay. I don't know. There's no skew setting here. The stream elements link is in the description. Man, I don't know what to do. Length tuning. Okay, I guess maybe it's time to take a break. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. Maybe it's time to take a break, I don't know. Custom rules. Oh, you really write them out like that? Seriously? What? I have to write it down like that? Can someone just confirm that I just have to type this in there? It won't let you pay. Bruh. Oh, I know why the payment option is gone, because Stream Elements are modifying their backend or something. So I guess no tips today. Oh my fucking god. Can someone confirm I really have to do this? Do I really have to put in the rules like in text here? Because that just seems insane to me. Whatever, I'm just gonna do it. Rule. Differential pair skew. You don't have to just do it manually. Okay, so how do I do it? How do I do it? Condition. Okay. root it as the pair to start with. That's always worked for me. All right, let's say I want to route this. What was the shortcut to delete the entire trace? Control backspace, Control X. And you say to route it as a pair. All right. Oh. They need to end with plus and minus. Oh my god, I have to rename the nets. Because they have to end in plus and minus or D or P or N. That's so stupid. Oh.